Saint Pope John Paul II, A Life of Faith, Leadership, and Canonization. Saint Pope John Paul II, born Karol Józef Wojtyla on May 18, 1920, in Wadowice, Poland, is one of the most significant figures in the history of the Catholic Church. His long and transformative papacy, spanning over 26 years, left an indelible mark on the Church and the world. This essay will explore the life of Saint Pope John Paul II, tracing his journey from birth to death, and delve into the reasons why he was canonized as a saint by the Catholic Church. Early life and education. Karol Józef Wojtyla was born into a devout Catholic family in the small town of Wadowice, located in southern Poland. His early life was marked by tragedy and hardship. His mother, Amelia, passed away when he was just 8 years old, and his older brother, Edmund, died when Karol was 12. These early experiences of loss and adversity played a significant role in shaping his deep sense of spirituality and empathy for human suffering. Wojtyla's early education was centered around the Catholic faith. He attended a Catholic elementary school, where he excelled academically. Later, he pursued his secondary education at the Marcin Wadowita High School, where he was known for his love of literature and theater. During this time, he also developed a passion for sports, particularly soccer and skiing. In 1938, Karol Wojtyla began his studies at Jagiellonian University in Krakow, where he focused on Polish language and literature. However, his academic pursuits were interrupted by the outbreak of World War II and the subsequent occupation of Poland by Nazi forces. During the war, he worked in various manual labor jobs, including in a stone quarry and a chemical plant, to avoid deportation to Germany. Formation and priesthood. Karol Wojtyla's faith remained a constant source of strength and solace during the challenging wartime years. He joined an underground theater group, Rhapsodic Theater, that sought to preserve Polish culture and traditions, often performing plays with deep moral and philosophical themes. After the war, Wojtyla resumed his studies at Jagiellonian University and, in 1946, he began attending the seminary in Krakow. His journey toward the priesthood was deeply influenced by his wartime experiences, his passion for literature, and his unwavering faith. He was ordained as a priest on November 1, 1946. Wojtyla continued his studies in theology and philosophy in Rome, earning a doctorate in theology from the Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas, Angelicum, in 1948. His studies in Rome allowed him to deepen his understanding of theology and philosophy and to engage with the rich intellectual traditions of the Catholic Church. Episcopal and cardinal roles. Karol Wojtyla's rapid ascent within the Church began with his appointment as an auxiliary bishop in Krakow in 1958, followed by his promotion to Archbishop of Krakow in 1964. During this period, he participated in the Second Vatican Council, 1962–1965, where he contributed to the development of key documents that addressed the role of the Church in the modern world. In 1967, Pope Paul VI elevated Wojtyla to the rank of cardinal, making him one of the youngest cardinals in the Church's history. As a cardinal, he continued to play an influential role in the Vatican and represented the Church in various international forums. Papacy and global leadership. On October 16, 1978, Karol Wojtyla was elected as the 264th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church, taking the name Pope John Paul II. His papacy would become one of the longest and most transformative in the history of the Church. As Pope, he traveled extensively, visiting over 129 countries and engaging with people of diverse cultures and backgrounds. He became a global advocate for peace, social justice, and human rights. Throughout his pontificate, Pope John Paul II addressed important theological and social issues, including the sanctity of life, the role of the family, and the dignity of every human being. He was a staunch defender of traditional Catholic teachings on issues such as contraception, abortion, and euthanasia. One of the most significant contributions of John Paul II's papacy was his role in the downfall of communism in Eastern Europe. His support for the Solidarity movement in his native Poland and his visit to Poland in 1979 were instrumental in galvanizing opposition to communist regimes in the region. His message of human dignity and freedom resonated with the people and contributed to the eventual collapse of the Iron Curtain. In addition to his global leadership, Pope John Paul II made numerous significant contributions to the Church's canon law, theological scholarship, and the process of beatification and canonization. His numerous encyclicals, apostolic exhortations, and books continue to be influential sources of Catholic thought and teaching. Beatification and canonization. Pope John Paul II's journey to sainthood began shortly after his death on April 2, 2005. The process of beatification, the first step toward canonization as a saint, commenced under his successor, Pope Benedict XVI. The beatification ceremony took place on May 1, 2011, in St. Peter's Square in Vatican City. He was declared Blessed John Paul II after the recognition of a miraculous healing attributed to his intercession. The final step in the process, canonization, was completed on April 27, 2014, when Pope Francis declared Pope John Paul II a saint of the Catholic Church. His canonization ceremony drew millions of pilgrims from around the world to Rome. Pope Francis recognized two miracles attributed to the intercession of Saint John Paul II, including the cure of a Costa Rican woman's brain aneurysm and the healing of a French nun from Parkinson's disease, the same ailment that afflicted the late Pope. Why is Saint Pope John Paul II a saint? Saint Pope John Paul II is recognized as a saint for several reasons. Holiness and sanctity. His life was characterized by deep piety, unwavering faith, and a commitment to living out the teachings of Jesus Christ. His personal holiness and the exemplary nature of his life were widely acknowledged by those who knew him and those who observed his papacy. Contributions to the Church. As a pope, John Paul II made significant contributions to the Catholic Church, both theologically and pastorally. His teachings and writings continue to be influential in shaping Catholic thought and practice. Impact on the world. His global leadership, particularly in the realms of social justice, human rights, and peace, had a profound impact on the world. His role in the fall of communism in Eastern Europe is one of the most significant geopolitical events of the 20th century. Miracles. The Catholic Church requires evidence of miracles attributed to the intercession of a candidate for sainthood. The two miracles recognized during the canonization process provided compelling evidence of his sanctity and his continued impact on the world. Devotion and popular appeal. Pope John Paul II was widely beloved by Catholics and non-Catholics alike. His papacy had a charismatic and personal quality that drew people to him, fostering a deep devotion among the faithful. In conclusion, Saint Pope John Paul II's life was marked by his deep faith, personal holiness, and transformative leadership as the head of the Roman Catholic Church. His influence extended far beyond the boundaries of the Church, impacting the world with messages of peace, justice, and the sanctity of life. His canonization as a saint recognizes his enduring legacy and the profound impact he had on the Church and humanity. Saint John Paul II serves as an inspiration for believers and non-believers alike, reminding us of the power of faith, compassion, and a commitment to the greater good.